Hello, Siombua, how are you? Siombua, how are you? Can you hear me? We're waiting for the presenter to come on board. So let's wait for him.
So from there, the learner is in a position and to give the views. So instead of giving a short answer, you can talk of a paragraph. Yeah, paragraph is suitable than the just a short answer, to give a learner a room to think and also broaden his level of thinking. So you can make that one required. And then good. Sorry for that interruption.
Thank you so much, because we were not able to see what you're doing. So we can now be able to see. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
So is it okay? You can be able to hear me now. Thank you. So we'll continue with our training on Google Forms. And yes, so I'm sure you can be able to see me now. And
yes,
as I said earlier, so we are going to share on the forms. Yes, you can be able to see me. Thank you.
Yes, we can
thank
see
you.
you. Yeah, thank
so we are going to continue. And as I said earlier, we are going, pardon? Hello, you can see the screen?
Yes, we can see the screen. Thank you. Continue.
Okay, so let me start again, and we are going to share about the Google Forms. And as this one is going to help us, or the educators, to prepare the learners. And this one is making classroom paperless classroom. And to enhance paperless classroom, we are only going to have use of Google Forms. And to start with, as I said, we are going to share. And I gave one method of creating a form, and that is using forms.google.com. The other option is sheets.google.com. So you get to your browser again, and ensure that you have an access to the internet, because Google Forms, you can make them via internet. So what I'm going to do, let me just make my screen. Yes. So the other one is sheets.google.com. Sheets.google.com. And in this, you are in a position also to access the Google Forms. Where do we go? From the left side, we have a menu. We have menu, the 3 lines. You click on the 3 lines. You scroll, you have documents, you have sheets, you have slides, you have forms. And under forms, now under Google Sheets, you can be able to create a form. And you can see there above, we have start a new. We can start a new one. And so it's loading. Good. Under this, you can also give a title of the form. For instance, it could be mathematics. And in mathematics, we find that there are several areas. One, briefly, we can talk of mathematics or maths, standard 8. We talk of 8. You can give a description. This is this form, or this document will help you answer questions and marked promptly. So in this case, you're going to have a description of the form, what you're going to cover. Then under the title, we can talk of algebra. So as I said earlier, we have several ways in which we can have the forms. So one way was forms.google.com. The other one is sheets.google.com. And then the other one is you can use your Gmail. And if you have an access to Gmail account, you're in a position now to have your Google form ready. What do we do? Can get to Gmail. In Gmail, we have, yeah, it's loading. Yeah, it's loading. So at the Gmail, we have icons on the right. We have your account there at the extreme right. We have Google Apps with the 9 dots. From there, you can be able to click. The moment you click that area, you have the account, the maps, the Gmail, YouTube, Play, contacts, and then the drive. From the drive, you can be able now to create a Google form easily. So that is the other method. We have the first one. We said that the first one is Google Sheets. Then the other one is forms.google.com. So the second one is the sheets.google.com. The third one is now using the Google Drive. So under Google Drive, everything that you're going to open is going to be saved in the drive. So it is also safe and encouraging to create our forms in the drive. So from the right, extreme right, you click new. Below, you can see there is file upload. There is Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, then more. Under more, we have forms there. So you click on the forms. It's loading. Good. It has opened. So from there, what you're going to do, we are going to have now the forms. And this form is interesting because, one, as a teacher, you are in a position to create questions for the learners, and then you share with them. We are going to start, and we are going to create mock quizzes with Google Form. So the first one is, after you create, we can talk of giving a title to that form. And I teach science. So we're going to talk of science study 7. Let's talk of study 7. That is it. And you can give description. And a description, you can have, it can be an introductory part of the entire form, how we are going to test, what you're going to test, or what you're going to cover. And in most cases, we do test our learners with the first unit as human body. So at the human body, in study 7, it's going to cover several areas. And of course, the first topic is the human circulatory system. So we have the human body. This form is testing learners' understanding of the covered unit. So that is it. We can have the first question. And in the first question, required, you can make it required. And from there, we want now to make sure that we are going to mark the form. You can click on the responses. And under the responses, before responses, you can, first of all, customize the form because of the color. The other learners who are not friendly with the color. So you can apply, and after applying, you can now get to settings. Under settings, we are encouraged. Under settings, we have undo, we have a star. You can make a copy of the question that you have done. You can move that question to a folder. You can also delete, and you can also get a pre-filled link. And my interest is on adding collaborators, because we are encouraged to collaborate and fine-tune the forms that you are creating for our learners. So you can add a collaborator, and it's loading. And add a collaborator, you can invite. And here you have a link to share, only accessible by collaborators. You can share through the Gmail, you can share through the Facebook. Now, who are these collaborators that you want to invite? You can change. It can be on the public web, on anyone with the link of specific people, shared with the specific people. So that one is also recommended, and you can save. Then from there, we can invite. You can invite via email. For instance, you can invite to one. Yes, let's first of all deal with one. Then you cite the invitation. So the link, so the one you are inviting is going to receive a link via email. And if you want to send a copy to yourself, you can do so. So you can send. And you also have owner settings. You can prevent editors from changing access and adding new people. So you can leave it blank, because you cannot limit. It's not good to limit, because you want to have several members. So you click done. Then the one that is the receiver of the document, he'll have seen that he has been added as a collaborator. So from there, we can, yes, we want to get to more. And under this, now forms, before I continue, you can have the form and add some other questions. So you can copy the same, you can duplicate, yeah. You can click there, that is duplicating. You can have another question. For instance, explain or describe. Describe the process. Through which okay, you can have such a question. Describe the process through which blood is pumped from the heart to the other parts of the body. So this one you can request the learners to give a long answer. So it can be a paragraph, because in grade 7 or in Stand 7, learners are in a position to express themselves. And so under this, you make it required, and you can have description of the form or what you require the learners to do. The description comes above. And after, you can also delete or duplicate. And you can also use another area or method of adding questions. And good. I want to add a section. Just a minute. Just a minute. Mm-hmm. Is it? I want to add a section on these. So, move to yes, some features that are missing. It's too unfortunate. Let's get with the settings. Not yet. Before you add a section, you want to make sure that whatever you have done first is correct. For instance, we have the 3 questions that have been, and they have not been numbered. So you see that you need to make some changes. So you get back to the forms, go back to the questions, and under this, we are going to see whether you can be able to add more. And let me use that one. So what you're going to do from the next process, so you can see that you have not been able to number our questions. So this is the first question, the second, the third. So you can talk of number 3. Number 3. You can ask learners which is the main artery, and you put a question mark. So you can give options. This one can be a multiple choice where the learners will be able maybe to mark. And for instance, you can give yeah. Second one. And one. Sorry. You can add another one. Given a cover. So you make this one required, and you can also add another one. Now from here, what you're going to do, you can click this option whereby we have description, go to section based on answer. We have shuffle, option order. And from there, it's advisable you shuffle the questions. And this one is not an image. Yeah. So multi-choice. Yeah, you're going to have a multiple choice. And then you can customize your questionnaire or the form or the questions so that the learners may be in a position to have a reference in case the learner doesn't understand the concept tested. So what you're going to do we are going to have this area before we send. We have, sorry. Preferences. Under preferences, default quiz point value, yeah, the question required. Sorry. Under preferences, we are going to have other options of making the question. How do you want the questions to look like? Question settings will be applied to all whenever you add them. You can make a default quiz point value and make question required. That one is necessary. You can collect the forms through the email, but we have not reached there at a point where it'll be required to send the form. We are still making or composing the questions that we are going to share with others. Now, from here, we are going to have the way we are going to add. We can add points to our questions whereby you are assessing. It's a real-time assessment to learners who are at home, or maybe they are around, they would like to assistance from you. So what you can do, you can prompt the learner in case the learner fails the question. What is he going to do, or what is he going to do? So that is where we are coming now. And we are required to give points to our questions. So we come to, not send, sorry. We want to add marks and to responses, to quizzes. Sorry.
Quick one.
Some of the things are being hidden by our pictures on the side, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is why he's not able to see them.
Yes.
But he has done a great job.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you. So, thank you. I've seen them, I've expanded, and thank you, Bana. And this is the area whereby we are going to have, for instance, the question that we had already composed. We have these three icons above. We have customized theme, we have preview, we have settings. Under settings, you now get to quizzes. We have general presentation and then quizzes. So we have quizzes, and these are the quizzes. You make this a quiz. The moment you make it a quiz, you're going to have the following options. You can release grades immediately after each submission. You can have grades later after manual review, and you can have respondents. They can be able to see the missed questions. They can be able to see the correct answers. They can be able to see the point values. So this is the point that we are missing because of minimizing the screen. Then under here, I'm first of all going to deal with the quizzes. You click save. So first of all, don't forget to click save. Then you come to the first question. Below the first question, you can see there is an answer key. And the answer key and the points you click that one. On the right, you have points. You can have 3 points, 4 points, or 1. So naming the blood components, you expect them to have 4. That is it. And then you click done. Then from there, you get to the second question. Describe the process which blood is pumped from the heart to the other parts of the body. So you expect learner to give a lengthy answer. So that is long answer. Then on your right, you have add answer feedback. And in this